Greetings, beloveds. Today we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can change your perspective in order to more easily, more gracefully attract a lover. So this video is for all of you out there that either have a hard time finding someone, or when you do, it doesn't seem to work out, or you're kind of stuck in the same old pattern. So I really hope that this video helps you. These are some things that have definitely helped me throughout the years. So first thing, let's just take a profound breath. Breathing in very slowly and breathing out very deeply. And we ask the guides, ancestors, benevolent beings, please be present and guide us with clear and even insight that is of the heart. Okay, so if you'd like to, you can go within and just set an intention. If it's that you'd like to attract a lover, if you would like more insight and awareness around whatever is stopping that from happening. And just setting the intention automatically lets the guides know that you're serious and you're ready for some change. Okay, so the first obstacle is when we have attachment to the outcome. Okay, so the number one blockage that I see when people are trying to attract a lover is they say, I really want a lover, but only if I'm not going to get hurt. And so they go into every relationship with this kind of hesitation. And I know that it's not always easy, especially when you've been burned many times, or, you've been cheated on, or you've just had a lot of relationships that didn't work out. But when we hold on so tightly to that and we say, I can't get hurt, I can't get hurt, all that does is put big walls up that says, nobody come in, nobody come in. So the key to attracting a lover is being as vulnerable as possible. Love is vulnerability. That opening your heart up is what will allow the space for someone to come in. Okay, so you have to pray to be as vulnerable as possible. Will you ever have a broken heart again? Yes. And so will every single other person on this planet, unless you're going to enlighten very, very soon, which most of us aren't. But we all will have a broken heart again. That's a part of life. That's a part of the process, And broken heart doesn't always come from, romance. We get broken hearts because people around us die the physical body, and that breaks our hearts. But every time that our heart breaks, it cracks open a little bit more, a little bit more. And that's kind of the purpose of why we're here, to open our heart up as much as possible so that we can love as deeply as possible. So the other thing is sometimes it takes the fear away, if you think, oh my gosh, what if I'm going to get hurt? What if I'm going to get hurt? It's this big, scary thing that could possibly be coming your way. But once you just kind of take a breath and know that eventually you will feel pain again, eventually you will feel hurt again, then it's not this big, scary thing coming at you, and it can kind of relax you a little bit. So you don't want to have, too much attachment to the outcome of getting hurt. The other attachment to the outcome is when people say, well, I really want a relationship, but only if it's going to end in marriage. I don't want to waste my time. So I can definitely understand where that line of thinking comes from. You don't want to invest a lot into a relationship if it's really not going anywhere. But as we all know, spiritually, it's about the journey, not the destination. It's about the experience, and you just have to trust that the universe, that God, that all that is, knows what the path is for you, that your higher self knows what the path is for you. And whoever you attract, if you are interested in that attraction and you want to explore that, then regardless if you end up being married, you will have the experience. And you never know what the long story is. Maybe you are supposed to meet that person, and whatever you're going to learn in that experience is what's going to shape you for the person that you will marry. That's what's going to shape you for the children that you'll have in the future. So you really just have to trust the flow of life and trust that whatever is meant to be will be. I'm not saying to stick in a relationship that's really not going anywhere. If you feel that that person isn't ready to commit and you have to kind of assess that. Hi, Penny. You have to assess that for yourself. But basically, you don't want to have that kind of attachment. You want to have this openness, this vulnerability to whatever that relationship may look like. And maybe it will lead to marriage and maybe it won't, but it's about the experience. You're having experiences. So the second thing that I see that really makes it difficult for us to attract a lover is when we have very specific specifications for what that lover is going to look like. You know, when we say, okay, I want a lover, but he has to be 6 feet tall, he has to be blonde, he has to have blue eyes, he has to work at this kind of job, so on and so forth. Yes, the universe does like us to be specific, but when we're trying to attract a lover, we want that openness that we just spoke about, the openness, the vulnerability. You know, the best lover that you could ever have may look absolutely nothing like what you think it looks like. That person may have brown hair and may be really short and may work at a silly job, and they may be the kindest, most loving, most supportive partners that you could ever imagine. So you have to be very, very open, you know, and I know that that can be hard because we get kind of an idea of what we want in our minds. And I'm not saying to not explore, you know, kind of what you do want, but still leave it open, leave the door open. You know, when you meet someone and they don't look exactly like you thought, they're not 6 foot tall, give them a chance and see what it's like. If you get, you know, a vibe right from the beginning, this is not right, the connection's not right here, by all means, let it pass. But if you meet someone and you say, well, I think we're just not compatible, you know, explore it. Spend some time together, maybe go on a second date. And if it still doesn't feel right, that's okay. But we're all changing, we're all growing, especially if you're younger. If you're under 25 and you're kind of dating in the younger age pool, you're going through major changes. You know, when between 25 and 27, that's when you actually kind of come into yourself and come into the person that you want to be. And so for one, you're changing, and for two, whoever you're meeting is changing, and it's really hard to know if you may change to kind of come together. You know, when I met my husband, I thought we are way too different. He just seemed very, you know, simple, not too into spirituality. He really loved football. I've never been, you know, that into sports. And I thought that this just isn't going to work. I don't see how this is going to work. We don't really have anything in common. But I stopped, I paused, and I thought, let me see where this is going to go. And it went in a direction that I could have never imagined. He actually turned out to be extremely spiritual. He turned out to be a very balanced in the masculine and feminine man, you know, a very supportive man, a loving man, you know, and not only that, there's the attraction. So you want to be very, very open to what it looks like and not have too many specifications for that future lover. Okay, so the last thing that can help you to attract a lover is having a true belief that it's possible. You know, in the realm of manifestation, we can only manifest in the realm of what we believe is possible. Okay, so you can say something all day till you're blue in the face, but if you deeply inside don't believe that that's going to happen, it's not going to happen. You know, so if you keep saying, you know, I'm going to win the lotto, I'm going to win the lotto, but there's something inside that says there's no way that's going to happen, then it won't. So you have to really believe that it's possible. And I understand sometimes you've seen so many people, you've gone on so many dates, you've had so many relationships, it just feels like there's no way that the right person's gonna come along. There's no way that it's gonna, you know, ever work out for me. When we get stuck in that mode of thinking and we get stuck in that way of talking to ourselves, that really doesn't help. That's just like, you know, treading on water. You're not really getting anywhere. So the easiest thing to do is just start with just a little bit. Just believe that it's slightly possible. There's a slight chance I could meet someone. You never know. There's a slight chance. Even if you're like, you know, I don't really think it's going to happen, but just believe that there's a slight chance. And once you kind of open that, lets just a little bit of light in. And that light can grow and grow and grow, and you can really begin to believe that it's possible, because I assure you, beloved, it is. There are, probably 7 billion people on the planet. It would be so crazy to think that not one of those people is right for you. Of course they're right for you. And you don't need any dating app. You don't need to change yourself to find that person. If you are truly open and ready to attract a lover, I promise you they can show up at your back door. You won't have to be searching. You won't have to be going to bars. You won't have to be doing any of that. They will just show up in your life once you are open. Very, very open. It takes two people, because the person that you attract, they need to be open as well. Two people that are open, that are vulnerable, and that are willing. And then you can kind of just cross paths. Okay. All right. So let's just take a deep breath. And we'll let that all sink in. All right, beloveds. So let me know if you have any questions that you would like to ask, or any other videos that you would like to see. And I want to thank you so much for watching. If you feel that this process helped you at all, please like and subscribe, and that will help greatly. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best, and I hope that you attract the most amazing lover that you could possibly imagine. So be it.